Only on Fox tonight, a woman escapes with her life after deputies say she was being severely beaten. Now, we have been following this story since last week after it crossed county lines. Pickens County deputies, Greenville County, Eastleigh Police, and SWAT called in to try to find Tashi Vance and rescue her. Officials say the suspect, Jesse Crooks, escaped, but days later was arrested in Florida. And only on Fox tonight, we sat down with Tashi's family to learn how the community can help.
Fox Carolina's Shell Ramin live for us this evening. And Shell, this story caught so much attention because that horrific video that was shared on Facebook just showed just how bad this woman was beaten.
Oh yeah, Cody, it was absolutely horrific. And every time Tashi's aunt approaches the hospital doors, she has to collect herself because she says Tashi was so brutally beaten, she is past the point of being recognizable. She is facing 3 fractured ribs, a swollen face, a contusion to her stomach, an injured spine, as well as bleeding inside of her lungs.
I literally thought she was dead. My daughter and I both thought she was dead.
A frantic search for Tashi Vance began Wednesday afternoon. Family tells us they were suspicious that her daughter's father was holding her captive.
This is crazy. I didn't even think it was local.
The cry for help making its way to community activist Tracy Fant across social media. Even calls to help find Tashi coming into our newsroom.
This crime was the most awful, most horrendous thing that I have seen.
Tashi's aunt, Darlene Atkins, sitting down with me to explain how she says the suspect, Jesse Crooks, managed to get Tashi to a friend's house.
This is her words. I would much rather it been me than my children. Once he got her in the car, that was it.
Atkins says Crooks, along with 2 others, began beating on Tashi, even violently dragging her outside. She says her niece was recorded on video moments after the brutal beating.
My heart dropped when I saw the video because I saw her try to lift her head. And as she tried to lift her head, I saw the blood leak from her lip.
The video quickly surfaced, and that's when family says Greenville and Pickens County deputies, along with Eastleigh PD and SWAT, all responded to find her.
Had we not had that video, I truly believe that we would not have her today.
A report shows police track Crooks down all the way in Florida at a Holiday Inn. We're told Tashi remains hospitalized with everything from fractured ribs to bleeding in her lungs.
Get involved because this cannot continue happening. This cannot.
Lane goes on to say that abusers want to make people feel alone and isolated, and she wants to remind everyone out there that is not true. Domestic violence needs to be taken seriously in South Carolina. We do have a GoFundMe page for Tashi inside of our Fox Carolina News app. It's called Fresh Start for Tashi, and if you would like to donate, they say she has a long road to physical and mental recovery. For now, reporting live in Greenville County, I'm Shell Ramin, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
So I hope everyone enjoyed the March Madness. Baylor defense was exceptional. I said they was going to win. I said they was going to beat Gonzaga. I like Jalen Suggs, but, the best team won. That Baylor defense is crazy. But now it's time to get back into the content. Now, I seen this video last week, and I was like, it seems like every week it's another case of one of these creatures getting slaughtered in the news every week. Now, when they do these videos, they push out these videos of black men with non-BWs. It happens every month, maybe if that. And we already know we're more likely to be married to other races of women. For them, it's every week. For them, it's every other week at the least. And this shows you why they're so bitter and angry and envious about black men choosing white women, about black men choosing non-BWs, about black men dating interracially, black men dating Hispanics, because this keeps happening to them over and over again. So now black men are no longer a factor in their image, their negative image they're trying to push on black men. This is why you don't see them doing videos on this. This is why you don't see them doing videos on these bottom shelf brats taking them out. Because it's all about controlling the image and putting out a negative image on black men. Because as stats continue to come, as black men continue to date interracially more and build, they say black men don't build with non-BWs because we don't need BWs to build anything. They're not going to be able to control the image no more and blame black men for their issues and failures. Because as you can see, these white men are murdering them and they're saying black men violent. But we're no longer a factor in this situation. So it's no wonder why there's no videos on this from these creatures. It's no surprise why BWs are at the bottom of the totem pole. The fact that you got these creatures worshiping and praising these men of other races. These bottom shelf brads that nobody wants. These are the type of women, these are the type of men that other women have a defense mechanism for. If this man was to go approach an Indian woman, for example, he would try to approach her. Her response would be, "The police, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. I'll call you. I'll call the cops on you. Don't talk to me. Please, I'll call the cops." No, they have a defense mechanism. These creatures, they don't have a defense mechanism. If you was to go to a white girl, if he was to go to a white woman, he was trying to talk to her, she would say, "Oh my God, fuck off. You're a creep. I'm gonna call the cops on you, 911. That's what she would say because they have a defense mechanism. If he was to go to a Hispanic, try to spit some game, try to talk to her, try to get her number, try to get her Instagram, even slide in DM. She said, "Cállate la boca, pita." It's basically telling them to shut the fuck up, bitch. Because, Latinas can spice it up a little bit. Unlike these BWs, BWs are just classless when they spice it up. They just have no class. But, Latinas can spice it up a little bit and they still have class. But sometimes they lose that and they have to spice it up a little bit when idiots like this come around. You can go to an Asian, especially now, in a time where you got a lot of hate crimes on Asians. If you was to go to them and do this, they would head kick his ass. But if you would go to the least desired woman on the planet, woman who worship men like this, woman who say dating a man like this will solve all your problems, get you out the ghetto, because the big bad black man is gonna hit you, is gonna murder you, which is ironic because it's actually happening to them. The big bad black man don't take care of their kids. When you see in this video that this was actually due to the result of her being a single mom with the white man, which goes to the point that half of these BWs with these white men are single moms. So it's not black men. Black men are no longer a factor in this. So it's not us leaving any woman as single moms. You are single moms, every race of woman. You take that in consideration. You see that they have the same exact result as I said before. Now, if you was to have one of these crusties come up to or come across this bottom shelf brat, come across this creep, as other women call it, she would say, "Girl, you got you a white man. I'm gonna give me that white man. You got that good hair. You got that power and resources. I need me a white man, girl." That would be their response to this. So again, it's no surprise it just keeps happening to these least desired women on the planet. This is common. This is a part of their culture. This is a part of their movement. This is a part of their ideology. The fact that you have this happening every week. This is no longer a concern for black men. It should never have been a concern for black men. It was never a concern for me. If anything, this is doing a favor for black men because it's showing you that you're not the problem. It's not us. And they can't use this because they don't want to push it out because it destroys their whole narrative that they're trying to push. Because they're becoming single moms to every single race of men they get with. They're becoming murdered with every single race of men they get with. And so when they see a black man out here with the non-BW, debunking the stereotypes they push out, saying black men don't take care of their kids, saying black men are going to beat you, and they see us walking in public with our non-BWs, sometimes even on YouTube, because they obsess over YouTube and they watch that all day. That's why they have no people skills, no real life skills. But they complain about their situation being poor and poverty. They watch it all day and they see black men with non-BWs. They see black men who don't fit the stereotype and the narrative they push on black men. They see black men winning with non-BWs. They know they can't compete with. They know that they definitely can't compete with them when it comes to look from the majority of men. preferences. I'm not talking about black men as a collective. I'm talking about other races of men. They can't compete with them when it comes to herpes and STDs. They can't compete with them when it comes to obesity and being in shape. So the only thing they can do is sit online all day trying to push this image out for black men. This is why they don't do videos on this. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to have some low IQ simp with no self-respect complaining about white supremacy, you know, oppressors. They oppress me, the white man oppressing me today. Oppressors. And ironically, still take this creature back after she been used up by bottom shelf Brad, after she pretty much been used as a punching bag for bottom shelf Brad. And I have a simp, you know, saying, I love my black queens, chasing after his rejects and leftovers. But like I said, simps are a dying breed. You're having more black men for open mind and ideology, dating interracially, and replacing these BWs. But you're still gonna have some fatherless, no father figure at all in his life. Black boy, pro-black simp. He'll probably give her a spot, another chance, but it won't be a self-respecting black man. And this is what angers these creatures. And this is why you see them online 24/7. Mad, angry, upset, because they know they can't compete with other races of women. They know that other races of women are getting top men in their race, and they know that they're getting top men in their own race. They know they're the least desired. They know they make up for the largest percentage of STDs and HIVs. They know they have the highest obesity rate. They know they have the highest poverty rate. In order to cope with all of that, they have to push a narrative that they have to lower their standards to get other races of women rejects, the men they reject. In order to do that, you're gonna get the bottom of the barrel. And this is a prime example of what you've seen in this video. Like I said, this is what they really choose. I rest my case.